It seems to me that Kevin Feige and his team have a lot of faith with their roadmap moving forward through Phase 4 and on to Phase 5 of the MCU, but do we have faith? That's the question. Let's talk about it.
Jones Vibes.
What's up, and welcome back to Jones Vibes. If you're new to the channel, I do movie and television reviews, and it's pretty fun. And today I just kind of wanted to take a second because I feel like there's some things that we need to discuss about the MCU. I'm really hoping to get some of your thoughts and even some questions that I could possibly answer in future videos. So feel free to comment as well as give this a like if you like the content. Also hang around to the end because I'm going to be revealing my top picks for the Fantastic Forecast. But yeah, Marvel is in an interesting place right now, and it makes for some really good conversation. I was there in a movie theater in 2008 when audiences first experienced Iron Man, and unfortunately that was the same summer that Dark Knight came out, so it ended up being a little overshadowed. But as time has gone by, without a doubt, I've realized that Iron Man is by far my favorite MCU movie. RDJ was just perfect casting, and then after that, the way that Cap and Thor flawlessly led into the Avengers. And throughout all that, you get introduced to Black Widow, then you meet the Hulk and Hawkeye. You have Nick Fury putting into motion the Avengers Initiative, and it was just all so exciting. By the way, I know I mentioned the Hulk kind of in the Avengers, but I do just want to say that Ed Norton's Hulk movie is kind of awesome. Sorry, I don't know if anybody's listening. But the villains were all incredible as well. Loki and Red Skull, and just the lead up to Thanos and Infinity War, and then you had Tom Holland's Spider-Man coming into play, and Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther. Everything up until Endgame was just perfect. But we're past Endgame now, and that's what I really want to talk about. What do you think of the current state of the MCU? What have you thought about Phase 4? What do you think of all these streaming shows? Personally, for me, on the movie side of things, I am a big, with a capital B, fan of Shang-Chi. That movie had this Iron Man type standalone character study quality to it that was really, really great. And I think it really accomplished the goal that it set out to achieve. And then, obviously, without a doubt, Spider-Man No Way Home was just awesome. It was kind of a masterpiece, the fact that they were able to get Toby and Andrew and just make that entire thing work. Also, I don't think I'll ever forget the hype leading up to that movie. That was just a really fun time to be a fan. I can't forget it. I saw it 8 or 9 times in theaters, so. And a couple, maybe 5, maybe 10 times at home. The other movies have been fine. I mean, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness was a good time. I had really high expectations for it, and I thought Wanda was a phenomenal villain. Just looking back at it, I just don't know. I think that coming out was one thing and being a little conflicted, but I still really wanted to like it. And then Thor Love and Thunder came out, and although I had a good time in the theater, it wasn't a bad blockbuster experience, but it really wasn't the MCU experience that I've grown to love. I will say, because I haven't mentioned them, I thought Black Widow was good, and I thought The Eternals was good. They're good movies, but they didn't blow my mind in the way that maybe No Way Home did, or Infinity War, or Endgame, or Captain America Winter Soldier. Those movies had a really solid frame and ground to stand on. And as for the TV shows, I think that WandaVision was great. It was a great way to start off the streaming. But after that, it's kind of just gone up and down. Personally, I enjoyed Ms. Marvel a lot, and I enjoyed Hawkeye a lot, and I think that there are good qualities to pretty much every show that's come out. I think Sam becoming Cap was absolutely dope, and regardless of how I felt about Falcon and Winter Soldier, I think that kind of made it worth it. And then you just have little things here and there, like Loki, the introduction of Kang. That's going to have massive, massive implications, and so watching Jonathan Majors perform this and knowing how many different versions of Kang he's going to play in the future, it's hard not to be excited. But I wasn't the biggest fan of Loki as a whole, and same with Moon Knight. Moon Knight was just, I don't know, it just felt like almost a wasted opportunity because the cast was so amazing, and I've seen people out there that just absolutely loved it. And that's great, but it was just only 6 episodes. It was so short, and it was kind of a miss for me. I hope they give us a season 2, I really do, and that they can expand more into that character and maybe give us 10 episodes please. But yeah, and with all that being said, there is just a lot going on. Kevin Feige told comicbook.com at San Diego Comic-Con, he said, and each of the films themselves now have become quite big and are crossover events in many ways. And that's kind of what I'm saying. These are becoming like huge spectacles, every single one of them. He continued, and after, the creative experience we had with Infinity War and Endgame, it felt like it was about capping a saga, saving back-to-back Avengers films for the completion of a saga, and that's really what we wanted to lay out today. And so they have a roadmap, and we see kind of where they're going. He's basically saying that they can't have an Avengers movie every single year, and with how fast content is coming out now, that's almost what you would expect. Like, this isn't phase one, and they've really had to structure things out. And I trust Feige, I really do. He is, the best producer in Hollywood? I mean, given his credentials and what he's done, it's unbelievable. But since they've made all of these movies, it almost just feels like the stakes at this point are saturated. That's what I'm struggling with. Like, the original Avengers movie, the people of New York felt authentic. Like, Captain America saved my life. And I was like, damn right he did. But it felt so raw and realistic. As realistic as a big space battle in New York with a Hulk can be. But now flash to Multiverse of Madness and the Gargantos scene, and you see all these people running by, and you just don't even think about them. There's no sense of what's real anymore. Like, it just doesn't feel right. It almost reminds me of like playing Grand Theft Auto, and you bump somebody with a car, and they're like, "Hey!" and they just keep walking. It's getting to that point, and I'm not gonna let it bother me too much. It's just an observation. But I feel like it is true, and I don't know how they bring back the stakes. Like I said, I just think it's purely a problem of oversaturation. Like, you don't have that in Iron Man because Iron Man felt real. It felt like it was taking place in the world that we're existing in. There was still weight to every single decision, and you had kind of a feeling where it was all heading. And I think that's another big problem right now. It's just hard to see where this road is going. I know we have the Kang Dynasty announced and we have Secret Wars announced. And these are two very exciting possibilities. And so that brings me back to a place of like pure excitement, because I am excited for Wakanda Forever and the introduction of Namor. We're going to start seeing some Fantastic Four setups, and possibly even there's talk of a Doctor Doom post-credit scene. There's talk that he's already even been cast. And then all of the Kang stuff, and Quantum Mania, and Werewolf by Night, and one of my most anticipated, Blade. Like I said, it's a lot, but it's also a lot of reasons to be excited. I just think for me, I wanted to vent a little bit because I feel like I've just been a little caught up with all this MCU stuff. But we will see where it's all heading. And like I said, please let me know in the comments what you think. I'd also appreciate a question that maybe I could answer in another video, another discussion video. I just love talking about all this, the MCU, DC, Star Wars, that's just all the stuff that makes me happy, so. But I did have something else I wanted to throw at you just to see your point of view and see if this is something that you think would work. My ideal casting for the Fantastic Four. It hasn't been announced yet, and so I just kind of wanted to throw in my 2 cents and see what you thought. So, starting as Reed Richards, I gotta go with John Krasinski still. I know there's been talk that he already backed out, or that they just wanted to throw him into Multiverse of Madness, and that's kind of the end of the road, but he's like the ideal casting for me. If I had to pick anybody else, I've thought a little bit about this, and I think that Jake Johnson from New Girl, Jurassic World, Into the Spider-Verse, I think he's a hilarious actor, as well as he kind of fits the profile. Also, somebody that I was thinking about, I Know What You Did Last Summer, throwback, Freddie Prinze Jr., I don't know, like, what's he doing? He fits the profile too, and I think that could be cool. So, and Sarah Michelle Gellar as Sue Storm. No, but seriously, that could be cool though. But actually, yeah, Sue Storm. I thought a little bit about this. I think Emma Watson could be cool. Hermione Granger. Or I was thinking Zazie Beetz. She's kind of been up and coming lately and just knocking it out of the park. She's a great dramatic actress. I just think that'd be cool. But also the Human Torch and Johnny Storm. And I'm curious what you think about this. Lakeith Lee Stanfield. You might know him from Sorry to Bother You, Get Out, Atlanta. But he's a phenomenal actor, and I just think he would be a great Human Torch. I don't know, him or Emil Hirsch. I've thought about Emil Hirsch could be pretty cool. I've really been trying to think kind of outside of the box for these, you know. When Heath Ledger was cast, everybody was like, he's going to be a terrible Joker, and he ended up knocking it out of the park. So just been thinking about it and just like who would really give the best performance or a unique performance. But yeah, then The Thing, I kind of did fall into the trap of internet trends because Jason Segel would be, he'd be great. He would be so great as The Thing. So I saw that somewhere on Twitter and I was just like, yep. And added bonus, I wanted to talk about Doctor Doom really quick. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. I think he would be a killer Doctor Doom. I know he's already a DC villain, but throw him in the MCU, see what it can do, and I think his menacing voice as Doctor Doom would be perfect. So that's just my opinion, though. Please let me know down in the comments what your Fantastic Four would be. I'd love to hear about it, because we still don't have a cast, so we will see. But anyways, thank you so much for tuning into this. If you enjoyed the content, please go ahead and give this video a like. That's going to help me get seen by more people watching just like you, as well as if you want some more Jones vibes, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you come back for more discussion, as well as just be a part of this community that I'm trying to build. So you can also find me on social media. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and most notably TikTok at Jones Vibes Only. And yeah, that is the state of the MCU. But as always, I hope you all are safe, happy, and healthy, and I'll see you next time.
Jones Vibes.